Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I am Raveena Baskaran and children's book illustrator and coloring book illustrator, author and self-publisher, and someone who truly believes that coloring is not just for kids. Today's video is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. Why coloring books? Not just why they are popular, but why they actually matter, especially for adults. We'll talk about creativity, mental health, aging, dementia, sickness, and even what research says in a very calm, no pressure way. So grab your coloring books, your favorite colors, and let's settle in. Coloring book for adults aren't about staying inside the lines perfectly or creating something perfect. If you want to achieve that result, then it's okay. They are about pausing. In a world where our minds are constantly running, work, responsibilities, screens, noise, kids, family, and coloring gives your brain a moment to breathe. When you color, you are not solving problems or trying to keep up. You simply present with the page, the colors, and yourself. For adults, coloring can be incredibly grounding. It helps reduce your stress and anxiety, improves focus, and creates a calm meditative state without the pressure of doing the meditation correctly. If you have ever struggled to sit still or quiet your thoughts, coloring can be very gentle entry point into that mindfulness. It also reconnects us with the play. Somewhere along the way, many of us forgot how to create just for joy. Coloring brings that back, the freedom to experiment, to choose the colors intuitively, and to let go of the result. Over time, this can improve your creativity, emotional balance, and even your self confidence. This is why so many adults say, I didn't realize how tense I was until I started coloring. One of the biggest myths is that coloring kills creativity. Research actually shows the opposite. Coloring activates both sides of the brain, the logical side, the pattern, order, and structure, and the creative side, color choices, and the expression. This balance helps adult feel creative without pressure. And you're not staring at the blank page thinking, what should I create? You are simply responding intuitively. Over time, this improves your creative confidence and decision making and flexibility. Many people even notice that coloring helps them think more clearly in daily life. Creativity doesn't disappear with age, it just need a gentle invitation back. First thing, why this coloring works for adult learners. Adults often want to be creative, but perfectionism gets in the way. Coloring removes that barrier because the sketch part, the drawing, and the composition part is already there. You feel safe experimenting. You can try bold palettes one day, soft neutrals the next day. You can layer color slowly and go expressive or loose. You don't want to stress about the sketching part. Over time, this builds the color confidence, and that confidence naturally spills into other creative areas. Many artists and illustrators actually use coloring pages as practice tools. It's a low pressure way to sharpen the skill without burnout. You can learn how to do the lightings and shadows and different color palettes and themes, everything you can learn. Either you can learn how to color realistic as well as whimsical coloring style. One of the most beautiful things about coloring book is that the same page can become completely different depending on how you color it. You can make it playful, whimsical, or soft and dreamy, bold and graphic, realistic and detailed. The line art doesn't limit you, it supports you. It teaches an important creative lesson. Style doesn't come from drawing alone, style comes from the choices, and coloring lets you practice those choices safely again and again. For many adults, coloring becomes a bridge, not the destination. People often start with coloring and then slowly move into adding extra details, extending their background, changing some elements, creating few elements in the background or in the foreground, eventually drawing their own sketches. Coloring teaches you how images work, the composition, the balance, the contrast without overwhelming you. And that's why I believe coloring books aren't just for relaxation, they are also quite teachers. Let's talk about the scientific benefits of coloring for adults. It reduces the stress, anxiety, and depression. I'll talk about the research part now. You can go find in Google or any of your AI tools. Research shows that coloring can help decrease the anxiety and stress level in adults. In a study where adults were randomly assigned to color versus do another activity, those who colored experienced significant reduction in anxiety and depression symptoms over just a few days. Coloring mandalas and systematic patterns is especially effective. Participants reported feeling calm, at ease, and overall better after short coloring session. Why this matters? Stress reduces clarity of thoughts, increases the cortisol levels, and can affect your sleep and immunity. So, coloring provides a simple, accessible tool that helps interrupt those cycles by promoting relaxation. Next, acts as a mindful or meditative activity. Coloring engages the brain in a repetitive, focused motion that mirrors basic mindfulness exercise. This helps your mind stay present, much like meditation, without needing formal meditation training. This flow state also uses both hemisphere of your brain, logic, like I have said, staying inside the lines and sequencing, and also creativity, choosing and selecting your colors and blending the colors, gives your brain balanced engagement that boosts focus and clarity. And the other category, how coloring helps for older adults and cognitive health adults. There's research showing that older adults who regularly engage in artistic or creative activities like coloring, drawing, painting, or any crafts have a lower likelihood of developing memory impairment than those who don't. In a long term study, seniors involved in creative tasks were up to 73% less likely to develop mild cognitive impairment. So, this suggests that staying mentally active through creative pursuit can help build cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to cope up with the aging and stress. Keeps motor skills and coordination sharp. Coloring is also a fine motor activity. It requires hand eye coordination, steady grip, and controlled movements. For older adults, consistent use of these muscles and neural pathways can help maintain dexterity, coordination, and strength in the hands, which are important for everyday tasks. Even beyond coloring, staying physically and mentally active is strongly tied to better overall health and mobility in later years. Coloring for dementia, memory loss, or cognitive impairment, it calms and regulates the emotion. While coloring is not a cure or formal therapy for dementia or Alzheimer's, research suggests that structured coloring activities like mandalas, or any patterns can reduce anxiety in older adults, even those with a memory concern. In a controlled trial with seniors, just 20 minutes of mandala coloring significantly lowered feelings of anxiety and increased calmness, especially when compared to free drawing or no activity. Yes, this supports that cognitive engagement activities that require sustained attention and pattern recognition can help keep neural circuits active. The important thing here is coloring is not a medical treatment for dementia, but it can complement supportive activity program by providing meaningful and low stress engagement. Also, for people dealing with any chronic pain or illness or stress, activities that focus attention away from discomfort can offer relief. Coloring works as a cognitive distraction, it diverts attention from ongoing stressors and gives your mind something enjoyable and absorbing to do. This is one reason many therapists and wellness coaches recommend creative hobbies for mental wellness. And it also boosts your emotional expression and mood. Coloring gives a non-verbal way to express emotion, which is especially helpful when someone feel overwhelmed or unable to articulate how they feel, like pregnant ladies or new moms. Studies highlight that creative activities improves mood and increase positive emotion even when someone is struggling. This makes coloring a supporting tool during a period of emotion distress, recovery, or health challenges. Now let's talk about types of coloring books and what to choose. Not all coloring book feels the same, and that matters. There are highly detailed books are great for deep focus. If you want to improve your creativity skills or even just for fun, you can do. You don't have to be an artist or illustrator to try out those highly detailed books. If you're so much interested in art and creating a highly detailed books, you can go for it. And the next thing is bold simple designs are perfect for stress relief for adults, for old age adults, or even adults who don't want to get into so much detail. They can try that bold and simple design where people nowadays shows in Instagram or TikTok, like sweeping their alcohol markers throughout the art. And next thing is mandalas and pattern designs, the repeated patterns all over the page. And also you have color by reference number. There will be already colored version, and then you can copy that, like copy coloring for kids. And they have themed books that help match your mood, like floral, Christmas, nature, any fantasy stories, something like that. This is something I think about deeply when I design my own books. I want them to feel welcoming, not overwhelming. Something you can return to on tired days, busy days, or quiet days. If you're curious, I'll leave links to my coloring books below. No pressure at all, just in case something speaks to you, you can get it. So there are much more coloring books. If you go type on Amazon adult coloring books, you can find multiple options. You can purchase according to your preference. Of course, I have covered all the advantages of coloring, and there are disadvantages as well. Some adults experiences perfection pressure, overthinking color choices, or feeling disappointed if the page doesn't turn out the way they imagined. But honestly, this is part of learning. Coloring quietly teaches us to release that control, accept the imperfections, and enjoy the process instead of chasing the outcomes. Another small downside can be a physical strain. If you color for long periods for arthritis person without any breaks, taking pause, stretching your hands, choosing comfortable materials makes a huge difference. And another downside is if you get into any creative activities like these, you will end up purchasing more coloring supplies or coloring books, and you are obsessed about it, you'll become obsessed about it, and you'll hoard a lot of items for that. So these are the disadvantages. So it's up to you. I hope coloring brings more advantages to us, the humans, than the disadvantages. These can be obviously overcome in a certain period of time. So let's talk about the materials. You don't need any expensive supplies, as I would always say. Color pencils offer that control and calmness, the old childhood memory. Also, the crayons part, it will gives you a texture outcome. Markers are bold and satisfying. You can sweep through the page, and later you can layer it with other supplies or not. Markers are bold and satisfying. Gel pens add that joy, tiny textures, dots, or some textures, scribbles, something like that. Watercolors and gouache, any other water mediums, creates that softness, the flow. It's up to you. The best material is the one that feels good in your hands. There's no correct way to color, only your way is the correct way. So, whatever your coloring book quality allows, whatever you prefer, it's up to you. You can choose the materials according to your preference, and you can start coloring. For many adults, coloring becomes a bridge. They start with coloring, they then collect few art supplies, and eventually they begin drawing again. They start to keep up their sketchbook work or any creative work. They'll again start their childhood or left habit of creating something new. Coloring quietly teaches how images work. So that's why I believe coloring books aren't just for relaxation, they are quite teachers. It's okay to slow down, it's okay to rest without guilt, and it's okay to create without expectation. That's what coloring reminds us of something we often forget as adults. If this video resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It truly supports my work and this creative space. And if this video helps you in any way, even if you are adult coloring now, or if you want to pick up this habit, please let me know in the comments. And why do you color? Or if you haven't yet, what's holding you back? And let me know that in comments if you are with me until now. And that's all for this video. Happy coloring. Bye bye.